Shalom, Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods, Nawathan, Kal, Halaliumla, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, giving all praises to Yahweh in the name Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the heads and elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the Bayaf, the water, the house of David, the tabernacle of David, the predestined spirits of election scattered abroad, starting with the governing body in the kingdom to come, the 144,000, 12,000 men, prophets of each tribe of Yasha'Allah, Israel, as well as the innumerable multitude of the remnant of the hopeful elect scattered abroad, of men, women, and children outside of the office of a prophet, rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability, believing on the gospel in full faith and sincerity. This is your brother Tazapanya of the Great Millstone, Washington, D.C. Church. Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing, this meditation before the plantation in transit, quick hit, digital epistles edifying to the elect. So, MOTB update, man. MOTB update. If y'all looked at the thumbnail, all right, it says biometric ID rollout by 2026 coming in Switzerland. All right. Now, why did I decide to do a lesson on this? Now, if you are up to date, you should already know that Switzerland, a good portion of the population is already chipped. They already have the mark of the beast. And this was years ago. Maybe a good 8 to 10 years ago or more. All right. But that was with the private sector. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is because it's with the public sector. What's the difference? All right. Just like you have it with banking and things of that nature, private is dealing with usually with corporations. All right. Public is dealing with the people, and the government deals with the people. Okay. So instead of an actual company that is just incentivizing their employees to get a chip, we're now having the government of Switzerland pushing this out. Now, our elder apostle Tahar of Great Millstone, GMS, who definitely rules well, has been telling us, through the Holy Spirit, that, which is, all you have to do is look it up. A code word for the MOTB is biometric. Bio being of the body, biology, study of the body, so on and so forth. And metric means to measure. All right. And the ultimate form of measuring the body is putting a chip inside you, because it can read all your vitals and things of that nature. But the ultimate thing that it's going to read is your bank account information, buying and selling, because eventually that's what it's going to go down to. Okay. So when I was reading the article this morning, it's saying that it has not only a facial recognition on the ID card, but also a fingerprint. Okay. So this is just another stepping stone to where it's going. But the main part is that I wanted that this is from the government now. This isn't no volunteer to bring your hand out, da 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 da. And you think this is all coincidence that they doing it around the same time that in the U.S., Babylon the Great, they already started with this real ID shit? where you can't get on a domestic flight if you don't have a real ID unless you have like a passport which has the chip in it, you know, just like your debit cards, a credit card, really the debit. But yeah, man. So Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 on down, all right, talks about that he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagba, a mark, an imprinted stamp inside your right hand, dextrose, or your forehead, your metapon. Okay? And this thing, the technology is here now, you know. All they need is the right crisis to push it out. Salakia, man, Salakia. Baba Kushab. Tired, man. But it's all of the Lord's doing when the Lord is going to bring it out, you know. But it seems very much so that maybe in the summertime a crisis could happen where they lead into um, where they lead into uh, the B system a lot quicker. All right. So in Proverbs it says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple go on and are punished." So we're sentinels, we're watchmen through the Spirit, constantly watching out for prophecies to come to pass, because we're yearning for the kingdom of heaven, which is really already in us. You know, the understanding of being rulers, of being led by the Spirit, but we're waiting for that physical manifestation. You know, and it's right around the corner. So we try to move in prudence, because we see these bad times. That's what evil means. Eve, time, ill, bad is a compound word. We see the bad times coming quickly. It's not tarrying. So into Habakkuk chapter 2. All right. Salaki, especially with that big, beautiful bill that just passed yesterday. Literally just went through yesterday. All right. So there's a bunch of spending that got cut, and then there's a bunch of spending that got increased, really pursuant to the scriptures, taken away from the agriculture budget and putting it into the military industrial complex, which ultimately is mobilization, because everybody know that they're leading to war, which was prophesied. There shall be wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet, roughly paraphrasing. All right, because this Motb update and things of that nature, the mark of the beast has to come first, you know. So I didn't want to make this long or whatever, but if you had, this is what another point that I was trying to make, because you know, Chief Ephraim, you don't even know what camp he's in now. You know, I think he was of AOC. They were the Alpha Omega Clan. No, they were ambassadors of Christ, and then they changed it to Alpha Omega Clan. And then he was with House of Israel. And then he did his own thing, maybe, I don't even know. But you know, what's the $1 million question I need to answer regarding who's going to push the chip, right? So, you know, the first thing that comes to my head, that does, is in the name. Motb, mark of who? Of the beast. So it's
It's of the beast. It's the beast's mark. And on a deeper level, it's the Most High's mark. So the Most High gave this technology, all right, to the beast, and then the beast is going to push it. But who's the one that controls and rides the beast? The whore, which is America. So ultimately, it's going to be America, followed by the beast nations, followed by the rest of the world, because Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. All right, and the wicked is primarily populated where the beast is located, and the beast is the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, but it's revived. All right, the second leg. All right, it was killed by a wound but did live. All right, which is now NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, with the 10 horns. The 10 horns is the EU, formerly known as the European Economic Commission, the EEC. All right, that then turned into the European Union, because the EU really deals with finance, because that's what its original inception was. NATO deals with military might. Okay, so Switzerland is a European nation with the majority of Edomites that live there. So it's not, far-fetched to see that they are moving very heavily with this technology, and could be a little beta testing to see how the population agrees with it. But this is a population that, is all Edomites, compared to like America, where it's a melting pot. All nations live here. So, they try out Switzerland, they try China, they try Australia, you know. They try out certain places in Africa, like let's say Nigeria, with that Naira, the CBDC, and they wasn't having it. This is why the Behold the Pale Horse is such a good book, because it literally gives you some good blueprints and details of what they doing right now. And that book was written in 1990, 1987, 89, something like that. So they constantly doing tests, stress tests. And now that they got AI, recording and gathering information is going to be on a way quicker level, rather than trying to do this drawn out experiment or global experiments, or countries, or by countries, or whatever. So yeah, this chip is about to be like, the more and more I hear, and of the wars going on, the more I know through the spirit that the financial markets is going to tank, man. And not no regular, the Dow was down, 1,000 points. Like, nah, we talking about all hell breaking loose, people jumping off buildings, Wall Street brokers, fights going on at the bank branches, people taking chains to ATMs, like that type of like, yo, what the fuck is going on type shit with cyber attacks. I personally still think it's going to be, and I'm just a man. But again, anonymity, the NSA, all right, could unleash a homeborn virus, all right, through the computer system, to cause like some type of global grid down event, and they can cater it to however they like. Maybe only cell phones, maybe only social media, maybe only banking, online banking, or whatever, for it to be a good crisis for them to have, oh well, yeah, we need to copy this or do this. Digital IDs, CBDCs, wearables. See, you got all types of talking points now that is literally mainstream. But see, only Jake and these so-called truthers, what I said, not Jake, but Israelites and these so-called truthers kind of know what's up, and not even all Israelites. Israelites that's attuned to prophecy, because you tell them like, yo, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said that he wants all Americans to be wearing wearables, dealing with their health, when everybody could go buy an Apple Watch or a Fitbit if they want to. But this is the government, putting out shit like as if he wants it to be mandatory. You tell Jake that, Jake wouldn't know nothing. And this is how you know when Yahweh Shah was saying why he had to speak in parables. And then the disciples was like, yo, why you speak to the masses in parables? Because unto you initiated, right, was given the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, man. They wasn't meant to get it, or I'll heal them from their sins. I made their ears fat, roughly paraphrasing. So for the glory of the Lord, there had to be a difference between those that obey Him and those that don't. The elect that He's chosen from the foundation of the earth, to the degenerates, man. This kind of off topic a little bit, but in Isaiah it talks about the worms under thee, and how all of this infrastructure is just fucked up, bro. Like this asphalt doing America's a third world country. It's like now that used to be only in the hood. You go to the hood in certain spots in bigger cities, urban areas, or rural towns. In the country, in the field somewhere, potholes and da 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 da. Now it's like everywhere, no matter what state you in, the roads is just fucked up. America is through, bro. America is completely through, man. Getting tired of this shit. But yeah, hey, I'm at my destination, man. Lord willing, man, I was at Edifying to the Elect. Another Motb update. You got governments now pushing it. It's not voluntary. Pushing biometric tools, because we know that card is eventually going to be digital, because they're trying out a physical biometric ID. And notice that term ID, because when you go into it, this is why a badge of servitude, when you go into that word Ragma and look up all of the definitions, Well, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. On to the next one. Shalom.